listen to me closely. Look at yourself, not in the mirror, but in the dark, quiet theater of your mind. Where are you standing right now? I'm not asking for an address. I'm asking about your spirit. Is it huddled in a corner, flinching every time a phone vibrates? Is it suffocating under a blanket of, if I just say the right thing, they won't get angry? Is it crushed under the weight of 1,000 I'm sorry's for crimes you never committed? We are having a real conversation today. No filters, no sugarcoating, no relationship advice columns. Just the raw, hard truth about why you are living in a cage with the door wide open and how to burn down the prison you've built for yourself in the name of love. You are walking around carrying a heavy, lead-lined casket on your back. And do you know what's inside that casket? It's not a dead body. It's your self-respect. It's the person you used to be before you started shrinking yourself so they could feel big. It's the sound of your own laughter. It's the mistakes you made when you were desperate for affection. You are hauling this dead weight into every single room you enter. You sit down at your desk to work, and you put the casket on the chair. You try to sweep, and you lay that heavy, rotting weight right on your chest. And then you have the audacity to ask, why am I so tired? Why am I so anxious? Why am I not happy? You are tired because you are carrying a person who refuses to walk. You are exhausted because you are playing a 24-hour game of chess with someone who keeps flipping the board over. You are unhappy because you are addicted to the struggle. Guys, I said addicted. We like to think we want peace. We tell our friends, I just want things to be normal. But let's be honest. Misery is comfortable. Misery is familiar. Do you know how to be the victim? You know how to handle the screaming, or the icy silence, or the gaslighting. It's a warm, fuzzy blanket of pain. Happiness? Happiness is terrifying. Happiness requires responsibility. Happiness means you have no one left to blame for your life. If you leave, you can't blame them for your lack of career. You can't blame them for your health. You can't blame them for your mood. If you leave, it means you stood up and took ownership of your existence. And that terrifies you. So you stay down. You let the negative thoughts run the show. Let's talk about these thoughts. You treat them like they are the voice of God. You treat them like they are etched in stone. A thought pops into your head, I'll be alone forever. And you say, oh, okay, I guess I'll stay with this person who makes me feel lonely every single day. Who told you that voice was telling the truth? Your mind is a liar. Your mind is a survival machine, not a happiness machine. Its only job is to keep you alive. And the best way to keep you alive is to make you afraid of everything new. Your mind scans for the danger of being single. It scans for the rejection of the dating world. It amplifies the negative because it thinks it's protecting you. But you are not in the jungle anymore. You are not being hunted by a tiger. You are being drained by a vampire in your own home. You are sitting in your house, safe and fed, creating a horror movie in your head about how bad it will be if you leave. You have to realize that you are the director of this movie. But right now, you're letting your insecurities write the script. You're letting a person who doesn't value you sit in the director's chair. And then you watch the movie and cry. Oh, my life is so hard. Oh, they treated me so badly today. Cut the scene. You have the power to change the channel. You want to remove toxic thoughts? Stop inviting them in for dinner. Stop negotiating with terrorists. When a thought comes that says, but what if they change? You don't argue. You look at it and you say, I see you. You're a hallucination. And you keep moving. Imagine your mind is a house. Whom you are the landlord. This relationship is a bad tenant. They've stopped paying rent. They've punched holes in the walls of your heart. They've invited other toxic habits over. They're screaming at you in your own kitchen. What do most people do? They sit on the couch with the bad tenant and ask, why are you doing this? What can I do to make you happy? Do you want me to change the wallpaper? No. You gotta get them out. You evict them. You change the locks. And you don't look through the peephole. You don't have time for people who don't serve your mission. And if you don't have a mission, that is your first problem. A mind without a target will destroy itself. If you are sitting around with nothing to do but check their last seen status, your brain will eat itself alive. It will find problems. It will invent hope where there is only rot. You need a purpose. You need a war to fight. And I don't mean a war with them. I mean a war against your lesser self. A war against your need for their approval. A war against your addiction to their good days. Happiness is not being picked by someone who treats everyone else better than they treat you. True happiness is the sweat on your brow after you've rebuilt your own life from the ashes. True happiness is looking in the mirror and knowing that you didn't break, even when they try to bend you. You want to kill the heartbreak? Keep on busy. Action is the antidote to anxiety. You cannot be depressed and sprinting at full speed at the same time. It's impossible. Your body won't let you. But you stay still. You stay in the dark room. You scroll through your phone, looking at their photos, looking at other people's highlight reels, feeding your brain garbage. Stop poisoning yourself. You consume toxic gossip, toxic memories, and toxic what-ifs, and then wonder why you feel sick. If you ate rotten fruit every day, you'd be vomiting. Well, you are feeding your mind rotten information, and your panic attacks are the vomit. Go on a diet. Starve the drama. Feed the beast inside you with power, with knowledge, with iron, with ambition. And let's talk about this waiting game you're playing. I'll leave when I'm stronger. I'll leave when the kids are older. I'll leave when I have a better plan. You are a liar. If you can't be happy right now, in the mess, in the struggle of being alone, you won't be happy when you find someone else. You'll just be the same insecure person with a different partner. Happiness is not a destination. It's a manner of traveling. It is a decision you make the moment your feet hit the floor and you decide you will no longer be a doormat for someone else's muddy boots. You wake up and you have a choice. You can groan, check your messages to see if they've apologized and say, I have to deal with this person today. Or you can jump up and say, I get to reclaim my soul today. I have to versus I get to. One word changes your entire chemistry. I have to live alone. No, I get to be the only person who decides what happens in this house. I have to start over. Now, I get to build a temple where there used to be a shack. Do you know how many people are in hospital beds right now praying to God just to have the health to walk away from a bad situation? Just to have the strength to stand up? And you are complaining because it's hard? Ungratefulness is the root of your misery. You are blind to the power you have. You're looking at the one person who doesn't love you instead of the billions of possibilities that do. Open your eyes. You are breathing. Your heart is beating without you telling it to. You have opportunity. You have the sum of human knowledge at your fingertips. You can learn a new skill, move to a new city, meet 1,000 new people. And you choose to sit there and pout over someone who gaslights you? You choose to feel defeated by a coward? That is an insult to the wife you've been given. That is a slap in the face to every ancestor who fought, bled, and died so you could exist. You have warrior blood in your veins. You are the result of thousands of generations of survivors who didn't take crap from anyone. Stop acting like a victim. The world doesn't owe you a perfect partner. The world is hard. Gold. It doesn't care about your feelings. If you want happiness, you have to take it. You have to snatch it from the jaws of a toxic relationship. You have to fight for your joy. Every day is a battle. You wake up, and the enemy is waiting. The enemy is that voice that says, maybe they're right about me. Maybe I am hard to love. What are you going to do? Are you going to surrender before you even brush your teeth? Or are you going to grab your sword and say, not today, not today, manipulation, not today, fear, not today, doubt. You have to become the master of your own mind. You have to learn to stand guard at the door of your thoughts. When a negative thought comes, I'm nothing without them. Visualize a red light. Say it out loud, stop. Interrupt the pattern. Blink your body. Scream into a pillow. Do whatever you have to do to break the trance. Because that's what a toxic relationship is. It's a hypnotic trance. It tells you that the world is small and dark, and that you are lucky to even be there. But look around you. Is the sky falling? Go. You are okay. You are creating a future that hasn't happened yet and suffering for it. You are paying interest on a debt of sorrow you don't even owe. Stop living in the past. The past is a dead weight. Stop living in the one day they'll change. That one day is a ghost. Quick live here. Goodness breath. Goodness power. This is the only moment you have power over. You can't change how they treated you yesterday. You can't control what they do tomorrow. Blink right now. You can decide to block the number. You can decide to delete the photos. You can decide to walk away. And let's talk about the people around you. They matter more than you think. If you hang around with 6 people who settle for less, you will be the 7th. If you hang around people who make excuses for abusers, you don't stand a chance. Their energy will infect you. You need to cut the cord. It's better to walk alone in the wilderness than to walk in a circle with people who are going nowhere. Find people who light you up. Find people who tell you the truth, even when it hurts. Find people who talk about growth, not about the person who broke your heart. And if you can't find them, be the one. Be the light in your own room. Be the person who brings the energy. Stop waiting for someone else to save you. You are the cavalry. No one is coming to rescue you. You have to rescue yourself. When you shift your focus from, why did they do this to me, to what can I do for someone else, your unhappiness disappears. You can't be depressed and helpful at the same time. When you are serving a higher mission, your ego, the part of you that feels rejected, dissolves. Your ego is the source of your pain. It's the part that says, how could they choose someone else over me? Kill the ego. Serve your future. Help someone who is even further down in the hole than you are. You have so much potential, it is frightening. But you are wasting it on worry. You are wasting your battery life on an app that is crashing your system. Imagine you are a high-performance sports car. You are built for speed. You are built to dominate the track, but you are sitting in a muddy driveway with a trailer attached to your bumper that is full of bricks and a person who is pulling the emergency brake. Go on, cut the hitch. It doesn't matter if you fishtail at first. Go move. You can steer a moving car. You can steer a parked one. Time to make mistakes. Be the crazy one who left. Do you think the icons of history never had bad breakups? They just didn't let the breakup define their legacy. They didn't let the toxic person write the last chapter of their book. They said, that was a bad scene. Turn the page. Resilience. That is the key to escaping. It's not about having a perfect life. It's about having a shock absorber system that can handle the heartbreak. Because the hits are going to keep coming. Life will try to break you again. If your happiness depends on them treating you right, you are doomed. Your happiness must come from the knowledge that you can handle being alone. Comes from self-trust. Do you trust yourself? When you tell yourself you're going to stay away from them, do you do it? Every time you break a promise to yourself and go back, you weaken your soul. You tell yourself, I am now reliable. And that breeds insecurity. That breeds the need for them. If you want to remove the toxic thoughts, start keeping your promises to yourself. Build a track record of success with your own reflection. When you say, I'm not calling them, and you actually don't call them, you start the day with a win. You tell your brain, I am the boss here. Stack the wins. Claim all the wins. Unlock the profile. Throw away the old shirt. Garnish the sheets. Go for a run. Suddenly, you look up, and you're not the same person anymore. You're stronger. You live faster. The toxic person is just a blurred memory in the rearview mirror. Let me give you the ultimate perspective. You are going to die. I don't say that to be dark. I say that to wake you up from this nightmare. One day, your heart will stop. When you are lying on that bed looking back, are you going to be glad you spent 5 years trying to get a narcissist to understand your feelings? Are you going to be proud that you stayed in a toxic relationship because you were afraid of what the neighbors would think? You are going to wish you had the courage to live for YOU. Realize it now. You don't have time to be unhappy. It is a waste of your one and only life. Every minute you spend crying over someone who doesn't care is 60 seconds of joy you can never get back. Don't give away your time to people who treat it like trash. Don't give away your energy to thoughts that don't empower you. Treat your joy like it is the most valuable thing you own. Guard it like a dragon. Fight for it like a soldier. There is no secret hack. There is no magic spell to make the pain go away. It is a daily grind. It is a daily decision to say yes to your freedom. To say yes to the silence of being alone. To say yes to the beauty of a fresh start. To say yes to yourself. You are enough. Without their text, without their I love you, without their validation, you are enough. You have everything you need inside you to build a life so beautiful it makes your old one look like a black and white movie. But you have to push the button. Push the button. Stop waiting for them to apologize. Their apology is a lie anyway. Stop waiting for the perfect time to leave. The clock is ticking. You are the force of nature. You are the miracle. Don't let the noise of a toxic person drown out the sound of your own potential. Your soul wants to soar. It wants to breathe clean air. Look it out. Break the chains of what if. Shatter the glass ceiling of I can't do better. You are not your heartbreak. You are the one who survives it. Let's go stand up. Sleep right now. Feel your feet on the ground. Feel the strength in your spine. Take a deep breath of air that doesn't smell like their perfume or their lies. You are alive. You are here. You have another chance. Yesterday is gone. 'Tis ashes. Tomorrow is a dream. Today is the battlefield where you win your soul back. Go out there and win the day. Go out there and smile. Not because things are perfect, but because you are finally free from the person who tried to convince you they weren't. Be the hero of your own story. Don't let the movie end with you crying on the floor. Write a new ending. A scene where you rise, a scene where you walk away. A scene where you choose to be happy, no matter what they say. Because you can. Because you must. Because you are worth every single drop of effort it takes. The world is waiting for the real you. For the happy you. The unchained you who won't look back. Forward. Let's go.